teacher, and I have a little class for you for your hips to loosen them up again, just to stretch them a little bit, because with playing a lot of guard, they tend to get very tight. So this is a short yin yoga class, and yin yoga is a very slow paced yoga class, so it is not flowy. We will hold the poses for a while to really get into the muscle and into the fascia to loosen it up again, and making it all nice and soft so you can train the next day and train hard again. So we will start on our backs in a reclined butterfly. Your soles of your feet will come together, and then you will just lie down onto your back. Place your head onto the mat, and you can relax everything now and let your knees fall to the sides. You can place your hands on your belly or onto the mat, wherever it feels comfortable for you. And in this first pose, you will just tune in to your body, just taking time to arrive on your mat. And for now, you do not have to do anything except lying on your back. And you can slowly start noticing your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Maybe you already feel a little bit your hip opening up. Maybe it also feels very tight from the beginning, which is completely okay. So if you need to adjust, you can put some blocks under your knees or a blanket. Just do whatever feels good for you and your body. So it is your practice, and every body is different. You can have your eyes closed for this one if you feel comfortable with it. Or you can leave them open, it's really up to you. And even in the beginning, start to relax your jaw and your eyes. We tend to clench them a lot, even during training. And really see where and which body part you breathe in and you breathe out. Are you more breathing in your upper body, in your chest, or is it more in your belly area? Just staying here for a little more, just some couple of breaths. And then slowly, you can put your knees together. You can take your hands to help if you want. Really take your time, because we have been here in this pose for quite a while now. And then just pull your legs and knees towards your chest. Be really gentle with yourself, because we tend to push ourselves in training very hard. And now you really do not have to push to your limits. And you can start doing some small circles on the mat for your lower back. Just change the direction whenever you want or feel like it. There is no right or wrong in doing circles. You can even open up your knees and your legs if this is more comfortable for you. And then you will place your right ankle above your left knee, and we will come into a thread and needle for our hips. If this is already fine for you, just stay like this, or you can put your left
foot onto the ground. If the stretch is too much, just stay here. If you want to go further, you pull your knee back up, and then you will grab your back of your left leg, your thighs, your hamstrings, and you can interlace your fingers. And then you can relax your left knee. Make sure you flex your right toes to protect your right knee. And sometimes you have to wiggle a little bit until you feel it in your right hip, because we tend to fall towards that side. And this is a great stretch for your outer hip and the butt muscle. I don't know the English word for it. Because it does tighten up a lot when you do standing and all of that training. Really keep your head on the mat, relax your neck. Try to relax your shoulders. So sometimes when we are like this, we come up and we want to pull, but really relax them onto the ground. And just breathe into your right hip. You shouldn't feel pain, it shouldn't be painful, but you are allowed to feel something. If it is painful, please come out of this. It shouldn't be a stinging pain. But also Yin Yoga, it's not a restorative practice. We are still very active in the poses, even if it doesn't look like it. If you want, you can wiggle a little to the left and the right if this feels good for you. These are our last breaths in this pose. And slowly releasing your hands. And now you will take your left hand and put it on the outside of your right knee and thigh. And then you will pull your right leg over to the left. You stretch your left leg onto the mat and you will come into a little reclined twist. You place your right hand onto the ground. You can face upwards with your head, or you can look over your right shoulder or your left one, really depending on what feels good for your neck today. If you want, you can straighten your leg, but you really do not have to. It's just an option. And this is a great stretch also for your lower back and for your upper body. If you want to go further, you can also grab your left foot with your right hand, and I think it's called cat chasing its tail. So you also have a little bit of a hamstring or of a hip stretch in your left leg. But it's just an option again. You do not have to do this because this is quite intense. When being here, make sure your shoulders are away from your ears so you do not tighten them as well. So just keep them relaxed in your jaw. Just a small reminder. If you are holding on to your left foot, slowly release it. And then you will turn back into the middle. Pull your knees back to your chest. Wiggle out your lower back. And then you will place your left ankle onto your right thigh above your right knee. And also again here, you can stay like this if this is enough. You can place your foot onto the mat if you already feel something in your hip. If you want to go further, you just grab the right thigh and hamstring with both of your hands. And then you can relax down your right foot and make sure you flex your left toes to protect your left knee. And then just find the right position for you so you feel it in your outer hip and in your outer butt part and in your left. Keeping your neck relaxed on the mat, your head is on the mat. You can close your eyes if you want. And just really taking deep and long breaths in and out. Breathing into your left hip. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. And just observe what is happening in your left hip. And then slowly releasing your hands again. Now you will take your right hand onto the outer side of your left knee and thigh. Straighten your right leg onto the mat, and then you will pull your right leg over towards the right side. You can straighten out your left arm onto the ground, and you will come into a reclining twist on this side. And again, just find the position for your head which is comfortable for you. And we will stay here for a while, just to stretch the lower back and the upper body again, just to really giving that area some love again. And also on this side, you have the option again to grab your right foot with your left hand, and you will come into cat chasing its tail. On this side, if you want, so you get a hip flexor stretch on your right leg, on your right hip. But you really, really do not have to, because sometimes everything's so tight from training that just the stretch already feels intense enough. Really taking deep breaths also on this side. And if you have your right foot, slowly release it back. And then you will turn back into the middle. Really take your time. Pull your knees one more time towards your chest. You can make some small circles again. You can also circle your knees a little bit to open up that hip a little more. And slowly making yourself back up. So you come into all fours. And then I will give you two options. So you can come into deer pose, which is like a 90-90 seat. So you will take your right leg, and you will place it into a 90-degree angle, and you will do the same with your left leg. So this is deer pose, and then with your exhale you will fold over your right leg with your upper body, but only as much as it's okay for you and your hip. You can stay up here, you can come all the way down. I can't in this pose. Or you can come into, it's called Sleeping Swan in yoga. They have slightly different names. You will just stretch your left leg and you will come into this pose. So you can choose whatever you want. I will stay in this one, but you are more than welcome to do the deer pose as well. So in Sleeping Swan, I cannot keep my right leg at a 90-degree angle, which is okay. Just make sure you flex your toes. And then you can come down onto your elbows, or you can come all the way down, depending on what your body is capable to do. And this is also a great stretch for the outer part of your right hip. Make sure you really press your left foot into the mat. Breathing into the right side of your hip. Maybe it relaxes with every inhale and exhale a little bit more. So when you are on your elbows, slowly come back up onto your hands. And then you can sit down onto the right side of your butt. And then you will just straighten your left leg and you will pull it forward. And then you straighten it on your mat. You can have a slight bend in your knee. And the sole of your right foot will come into the inner thigh of your left leg. So you have like a 90-degree angle here. You can keep it slightly bent, pull the toes of your left foot towards you, and then with your inhale, you will straighten up your upper body, and then you will exhale and you fold over your left leg, and then you have a slight hamstring stretch on the left side, but also a hip opening on the right side. And then we will just stay here. You do not have to touch your toes. Just see wherever your hands fall. You won't get enlightened just because your nose touches your toes. And just really breathe in and out. And then slowly making yourself back up again. And then you can place both of your feet on the mat and just wiggle out your legs a little bit. You can windshield wiper them a little bit to the right and to the left. And then we will do this on the other side. So again, you have the option to come into your 1990 seat, into deer pose, or if you want, you can come into Sleeping Swan, where you just straighten your right leg. I will stay here. And the same with deer poses. You can stay up on your hands or you can come down onto your elbows depending on what you feel like today. So you inhale, and with your exhale, you find your position where you want to stay for a while. Making sure also on this side you flex your left toes so you protect your left knee. And push your right foot onto the mat when you are in Sleeping Swan. With every exhale, try to loosen up that left hip a little more. Really deepening your inhales and your exhales. And then slowly, when you are on your elbows, come back up again. Fall onto the left side of your hip. And then you will straighten your right leg, pull it forward. And then on this side, we will also come into a half butterfly. So you straighten your right leg onto the mat, or you have a slight bend in it if you want. And then your sole of your left foot will come into the side of the inner side of your right thigh. And then you will inhale, really straightening your back. Exhale, folding from your hips forward. And just placing your hands wherever they fall today. Try to keep your neck aligned to your spine so it is straight. And then you will also have like a little hamstring stretch on the right side and a little hip opening on the left side. And then slowly making yourself coming back up. And then you can place both of your feet on the mat again and just windshield wiper your legs a little and your hips a little, just loosening them up again. You can just wiggle them out as well. And then you will make yourself back on to your back again. Pull your knees towards your chest. And then you will straighten your legs a little bit so you have an angle, and then you will grab the outsides of your feet from the inside. And you will come into a happy baby. You can start to stretch one leg if you want a little bit, and then just stretch the other one. Or you can do little circles for your lower back. Making sure your neck is still relaxed. Really breathing into both of your hips. If this is too much, you can also place one foot on the mat and just have like half of the happy baby. That's fine too. And really let gravity do its work, so you do not have to actively pull your knees to your chest or to your armpits. Just really let your knees fall towards it. And then slowly releasing your hands. Pull your knees one more time to your chest. You can bring your forehead to your knees so you round up into a ball. And then you have the option to come into Shavasana if you want. For the last pose, to relax, you can let your feet fall out to the sides. If your palms facing up. You can stay here and take your time to really integrate everything and just tune into your body one more time to maybe see what has changed from the beginning until now. Or you will just come up to a seated pose.
And then you made it to your hip class. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, just let me know and I could film some more for you. Thank you.